Hi, I want to talk to you this week about leadership. I'm Joe Murphy, and I'm here for your success. I want to talk to you about the difference between once-born and twice-borns. This comes from the work done by Abraham Zalznick out of Harvard as to the studies that he did on leadership and how people grew up. But also, this is a neat little book if you haven't read it, How to Motivate People or Motivating People. And he gets into the inner side. Also, one of my favorite books, just for the record, is Warren Bennis. I've got several copies of this, and if you can't see it, it's on becoming a leader. And I'm going to talk about that in just a second as well. But Zalznick did some interesting work on what they call once-borns and twice-borns. Twice-borns, once-borns. This has nothing to do with religious connotation. Zalznick really states that there are two kinds of leaders, the once-born and the twice-borns. And the once-borns transition from a family or a home that is a relatively easy environment. Nurturing, father was working, mother was either at home or working, but it was a normal home. Then there were the twice-borns, and maybe some of you can relate to this. And this is my message to you, those of you who had a tough life growing up, that you can use how you grew up in a rough neighborhood or a bad home or an abusive home or in poverty, and you can change your life. And I'm bringing this to you because I understand what you went through, okay? And I want you to use this as a tool to reinvent yourself, because you have something significant. Zalznick says, twice-borns generally suffer as they grew up. They became isolated and even developed what he called an elaborate inner life, where they had a great deal of an imagination. But as they became older, they realized that they had wrong set of beliefs. The environment they grew up in constricted them, and they had to reinvent themselves, create new beliefs, new ideas, and become what he called their own person, independent of everyone else. They were more inner directed, and now I'm relating back to you. And I know you're a maverick, but I want you to become more inner directed, self-assured. And you can use that to become charismatic. Now, when I talk about charismatic, I'm not talking about Jim Jones drinking Kool-Aid type charismatic. I'm going to talk to you about charismatic from the understanding of other people and knowing what they need. That idea of empathy, emotional intelligence, the whole concept behind leading people, because you can relate to what perhaps they're going through. And because you're inner directed, you are not blown around by the winds of opinion. These twice-borns reinvent themselves. I want you, those of you, even if you're once-born, to reinvent yourself. Come up with new ideas and beliefs, things that make you independent of other people's opinions and ideas, so that you can see the world not through the lens of the past, but from the lens of what can be, the possibilities and opportunities that are out there. I'm Joe Murphy. I'm here for your success. And if you stay with me, tomorrow we will cover the differences between manager and leader, as I think, which is beautifully described in this book by Warren Bennis, who is known as the father of leadership. I'm here for your success. Stay with me for the rest of the week. We're going to be talking about leadership.